What's up, y'all? We are back at the $1 Million Pool. This is part one of many of our biggest structural steel package ever. Let's get into the video. First up, it's top of the morning. Let me pouch up with a little Ends energy pouches. More from our sponsor later in the video. Man, that Tropic Mango is hitting, I'm not gonna lie. Tastes incredible. Let's start out at GM Bros Yard in Lockhart, Texas. This is where the magic happens. So first off, this is a massive structural steel package, right? So we're out here in the middle of a field, so we have easy maneuverability. These beams are 30 to 56 feet long. So just think about swinging those huge beams around. And even though our site is a pretty decent size, we don't really have the maneuverability on site. So we're gonna get them out here at the yard, and there's tons of prep that the guys have to do. So check them out here. They're gonna take a lot of our different pieces and cut them down to some more manageable length. So really, we like sometimes if we're gonna site fab, which means you're gonna leave the beams a little long so that you can cut them exactly where you need to on site. Some of the beams will be exactly cut, but a lot of like our angle irons that you see here, they're gonna cut, grind down, make sure they don't have sharp edges. A lot of our huge I-beams, you're gonna see them putting these tabs on. That's called a knife plate. We've talked about that in some of our other videos. So that plate is gonna have some perforations in it so that we can bolt that plate to another piece of steel, or it can slot through. There's a lot of different reasons. So they're welding a lot of those tabs on. You're also gonna see them using this drill press. That's a really powerful drill for drilling through this thick structural steel. And we have to perforate a lot of that steel so that it can receive some of those knife plates or different bolted connections, a lot of different things of that nature. This actually saves us a bunch of time, because imagine if we had to do all of this on site in a tight area. Getting all this prep work done now means we can ship all this stuff out to the site and get it ready for install. All right, guys, before we get on site, let me tell you about our channel sponsor, Ends Pouches. You just saw me pouch up with Tropic Mango. Absolutely delicious. I am buzzing right now. You can tell my charisma, my energy for this video. But let's go through a few more of the flavors. What do we got here? Here we go, strawberry kiwi. I love the fruity flavors personally. Then we got coffee. For all you coffee heads out there, I do not like coffee. This is my source of caffeine. We got black cherry, another great one. What else do we got? Cinnamon, yummy. I like to blend the cinnamon and the coffee. Then we got peppermint, another good one. I kind of like this during the Christmas times. And spearmint, can't go wrong. Now, why don't you just go on over to nzepouches.com, put in promo code JGB, and you'll get your 15% off. And I'm telling you guys, you will thank me later. Everyone is coming through our office. I have friends hitting me up. Send me out some more ends. This stuff rocks. Give it a try. Put it down in the comments how you liked it. Now remember, the $1 Million Pool site is settled up in the heart of Westlake Hills. And this area is true to its name. Tons of windy, hilly roads. So getting these long flatbeds in with these big deliveries is really tough. We got Alan and the GM Bros here. They are dropping steel. Now, check these beams out. They're pretty damn big. These are about 30 feet long. The hilarious part about this is the majority of our beams that are coming in the next load are over 50 feet. This whole entire trailer is 45 feet long. So it's gonna have to sit off at least 5 to 7 feet past the bed of the trailer. And we are in the hills of Westlake. There is so many winding curves and crazy incline and declines. So Smiley over here, who's been running the hot shot, is gonna have a hell of a time. But if there's a will, there is a way. We got GM Bros here with the forklift, moving all of this on site. We're gonna start setting some columns that we can. We have some base plates that we can work on, and we're gonna be tearing into this. So look, this is kind of awkward, right? We're unloading this from the side. How easy would it be if we could just back the trailer up into the driveway? But look, we're on this curve here, And there's a crazy decline, so the trailer was bottoming out. So what you're seeing now is the GM bros taking our I-beams off, and then they're having to shimmy them to get them straight so we can go long ways and backing them all the way up into the house. And this material is just gonna be coming in and out probably for the next 2 weeks just to get it all onto the site. The sites that we're working on are so giant compared to these tiny inner city lots that we're used to working on before, but we're building such big stuff on these huge lots that we still find a way to have a cramped site and have to like jockey around different materials basically on all of our big sites. And it's just like something that I was like, oh man, working on these bigger sites, it's gonna be 10 times easier. And it's just like, nope, it's the same kind of problems, just on a bigger scale. This is actually a W50 is what Alan just told me. So 50 times 30 is 1,500 pounds. There you go. Look at this, just these two. That's 3,000 pounds. We got like 3 or 4 more of those. And then honestly, we need to be like doing a tally of these as they come. It's gonna be so insanely ridiculous, the amount of steel just bearing on this structure, how much it's gonna weigh in total. And y'all remember from our last video, we demoed the upper level, the main level, basically all the way down to the subfloor, but there is this area where some old windows used to be. Why that's still there is if you look, there is some sheathing and some Tyvek there, but as you can see down below, that is a bunch of steel columns that were with the existing old floor plans. So GM Bros are gonna get in there, they're gonna cut all those out, and they're gonna take all of that down, hopefully by sometime next week. First up is installing some base plates and some columns over at the supercar garage. If you look at this rendering, you can see that the whole supercar garage above it is cantilevered out about 6 feet. It's a really cool detail, but of course, we're gonna need structural steel to make this happen. So the guys are taking those base plates, kind of dry fitting, making sure they're in the right area. This is where they're gonna drill through those perforations, and then they're gonna hammer in some wedge anchors that is gonna anchor that base plate down to the concrete foundation, and then we can weld our column on top. I love using the band saw. It's just a little saw that runs around a band. It's kind of on this rotation to where it's gonna cut through razor sharp and thin all that steel, nice and easy, and then we're gonna weld it down to the base plate, and then we will be ready to get beams on top of those columns, and then we're gonna attach trusses to those beams. Over at one of our additions that's gonna house the game room and the secondary master, we have some temp rails up. This is all for safety, but there's columns going along this whole perimeter. We have to pull string lines. We have to make sure this is all level and plumb. They're gonna take down those temp rails, get in those columns, and then when they're back up, we'll put those temp rails right back up. Okay, now we're gonna repeat this same process of getting all these different base plates installed that are gonna receive our steel columns. So just as at the supercar garage, we are using the drill, and we gotta drill down into that concrete. Some of these go like butter, not a problem. Some we're hitting rebar, and we have some good size rebar. The guys are having a hell of a time here. I don't know if their bits were dull or what, but they had to go change some out, and honestly, they were just drilling these holes for hours, getting these damn holes in. And this is just another example. I bring this up all the time of little tiny things like this that just happen ad nauseum, that are setbacks, and you just have to work through it. And it's like you're trying to get a really big job done, but you got to do this small task before it can happen. But of course, we grind it out, we get in all those base plates that we need, and we start setting those columns. And all of these columns are literally going to make up the foundation at the lowermost level, and we have to go all the way up to the highest most level. Well, we've made some decent progress. We're getting in a bunch of these columns, and we are ready to start setting some beams. Lo and behold, the damn forklift breaks down. Everything was working perfectly fine, but man, it really puts a damper on us getting those beams installed. I would have loved if that would have happened, but it's a good opportunity for the guys to run back to the shop and just do some more fab so they can bring out some more parts. We have to order a part for the forklift. That is TBD into next week. But guys, this is episode 1 of many. I am telling you, this whole steel package is absolutely monumental. We might be spending multiple days just getting in some of our massive steel members. Some of our columns are 25 feet long with 55-foot beams. There's steel fascia around the whole entire structure. Basically, this whole entire structure has steel around the whole perimeter and even multiple areas on the interior. We're going to be updating every single week with a new episode until the steel is done, and then we're going to be moving into framing. As always, guys, I appreciate you. We have some diehard fans. I love your comments. I love how you are just gung-ho for the channel. We're going to keep continuing to deliver, and as all of these awesome projects keep continuing to flourish, we're going to have 2 cameras running on site at all times. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll see you next week.